We've got our top 25 rookies right now tiered out for you before the NFL draft so that way you can start pre-planning on how you want to attack your rookie drafts in Dynasty. We're going all the way from S tier all the way down to D tier. We've got 5 players in each of these tiers, and I'm ready to dive into this, guys. The first guy we have to talk about here, it's Ashton Jeanty. He's coming out of Boise State, 5'8", 211 pounds. I mean, he is clearly the #1 fantasy prospect in this rookie class following a dominant tenure at Boise State. I mean, he's a short, compact runner with incredible strength and burst. He has elite contact balance and sheds tackles with ease. Jeanty ranked first in this class in yards after contact and forced missed tackle rate over his collegiate career. He has quick feet and never stops driving on contact, leading to some miraculous escapes and home runs. Jeanty is a game breaker who elevates his play in crucial moments with an ability to put this team on his back and do whatever it takes to get the win. He isn't, polished as a route runner, I would say, but he does have reliable hands and can create just space after the catch. Jeanty's elite playmaking ability coupled with 3-down skill set supply him with the upside to be the next elite NFL running back. At number 2 here, we're staying in the S tier. We're talking about Travis Hunter out of Colorado, 6 foot, 188 pounds. He is one of the biggest wild cards in quite some time. I mean, it's really just unclear how he's going to really split his time between wide receiver and cornerback in the NFL. What are these teams going to draft him for? Determining that ratio will drive where he ends up in my fantasy rankings. But if he's mainly a wide receiver, and that's what we're basing this ranking on as of right now, he has elite upside and should be one of the first 3 players off the board in rookie drafts. Hunter constantly just changes gears to keep cornerbacks off balance, and he never wastes steps at the top of his route. Right? He drops his weight, explodes out of the break. He has elite body control and hands. Hunter caught an absolute just crazy bananas, class high 94% of his catchable targets last season and 93% for his whole collegiate career. I mean, he can pluck balls well outside of his frame with grace and ease. After the catch, he has a silky smooth and elusiveness about him, right? If Hunter ends up playing cornerback more than wide receiver, he could be one of the biggest rookie busts of picks of all time, but only time is going to tell, and based on where he is ranked and drafted, that's where I'm going to put him in my rankings and my tiers. So move right along here. The number 3 guy that I have right now in rookie drafts, we're going Ted McMillan, the wide receiver out of Arizona. Big body, 6'4", 219 pounds. He's one of the biggest wide receivers in this entire class, right? He exhibits great body control and adjustment skills, thriving in contested catch situations. So he primarily lines up on the outside, though he'll take some reps in the slot. His tape is littered with contested catches all over the place. I mean, some of that comes from his inability to really consistently create separation, but it also because he's just so comfortable in using his size to win those 50-50 balls. McMillan displays that vacuum-like hands with explosive catch radius with a great ability to snag the ball out of the air from his body. He handled a massive 34% target share and class-high 52% air yard share last season. McMillan's elite size and ball skills give him big-time fantasy upside in the NFL. Now we're moving right along here to the 4th person I have here. Staying in this S tier, we're going Tyler Warren. He's the tight end out of Penn State, 6'5", 256 pounds. He's an elite tight end prospect who could quickly emerge as one of the best in the game. He handled 32% target share last season. He's a massive tight end who carried the Penn State offense this past season. Warren has exceptional spatial awareness, working against zone coverage as he consistently finds those soft spots and presents a massive target with natural hands and catch radius that extends beyond his frame. He can track the ball over his shoulder and can high point the ball when needed. His 2.84 yards per route run was second best in this tight end class. He has the size, athleticism, and receiving ability to post top-end receiving numbers and emerge as a fantasy star. And I'm going to say 3 years in a row. We had Sam Laporte a couple years ago, Brock Bowers last year. Could this be the year for Tyler Warren? Only time will tell. Now we're going with the fifth guy and the last guy in our S tier. I'm going to say Omarion Hampton, the running back out of North Carolina. Standing at 6 foot, 221 pounds, he's one of the class's most physically gifted running backs with his combination of size, explosiveness, and lower body strength. He has excellent initial burst and capable of running from either a traditional style offense or out of shotgun sets. He's a big, tough back whose career 3.85 yards after contact is 4th best in this class. He's more downhill than he is agile, but he's impressed in the 40, the vertical, and the broad jump all at the combine. He is extremely dangerous in the open field with his vision and his creativity to navigate those defenses. He stays with a low pad level with an ability to finish runs very strong. Hampton is also a very capable pass catcher, I would probably say, and he just figures to land that 3-down role in the NFL. Let's just face it, all right? Hampton is a big athletic back, right? As a runner, he likes to press the hole early before deciding to stay inside or bounce out wide. He has enough speed to capture the corner when he gets to the perimeter. He's a loose runner and has a kind of make you miss ability in space. He has an impressive blend of power and balance on the contact, and in the pass game, he's effective on angle routes, screens, and shovel passes. So he has strong, reliable hands, right? In the pass pro, he quickly kind of can sort and attack those blitzers with a sharp punch, right? Overall, I would say Hampton has the size and the tools to be an effective starter right away in the NFL. Now we're going to slide down here to the A tier, and we're going to talk about Cam Ward. Cam Ward is he's the quarterback out of Miami, right? I would say he's the number 1 quarterback on my board and on a lot of people's board, right? 6'2", 219 pounds. He has elite arm, right? With a ton of talent. He tossed a class high 39 touchdowns, and his 88.7 QBR was second among all of his peers last season. So he has a pass-first mentality, right? But he's not scared to run the football when needed, right? When he did run, right, he was effective. Class best 9.1 yards per carry. Ridiculous. 79% of his 38 carries went for 5+ yards. Ward is a compact quarterback with outstanding arm strength and playmaking ability. He put up monster numbers last season, becoming a Heisman Trophy finalist at Miami. So he plays a very freewheeling brand of football, right? He drifts in his drop, he throws from a variety of arm angles, and often falls away from the target upon release of the football. He can really power the ball right into tight windows, and we saw that at his pro day not too long ago, where he almost just solidified himself as a top pick in the NFL draft. Let's move it along now. I've got to go the very next guy is Shedeur Sanders, the other quarterback that's given him some type of competition. He played Colorado, 6'1", 212 pounds. He completed a class best 72% of his passes through the 24 starts in college. He is an exceptional processor with an advanced understanding of defensive concepts, making pre-snap adjustments and working through his progressions quickly. It is worth noting, however, that he was very conservative. He had a 7.4 ADOT, which is 3rd lowest in the class. Sanders, though, is a natural leader. He prefers throwing from the pocket instead of running with the football, even though he does possess, that ability to do so. Sanders has outstanding touch accuracy and just overall toughness, right? He operates out of the gun and is a crisp with his very footwork and the setup, right? So when he has time and space in the pocket, he throws from a strong platform. He showcases a compact, smooth delivery, and he really just keeps his left arm tucked in close to his body, and that really aids in his ball placement. He relies more on the timing anticipation than pure velocity. Despite taking some hellacious hits in college, he hangs in the pocket and he doesn't drop his eyes to see the rush, which is probably why he took a lot of sacks. But his toughness is unquestionable, given Sanders' protection, and you could watch him soar in the NFL. Now the next guy we're going here, the 8th guy on my board, we're going TreVeyon Henderson, right? This guy is absolutely bananas himself. He's from Ohio State, 5'10", 202 pounds. He paced this running back class with 7.1 yards per carry last season and was effective as both a rusher and receiver throughout this Ohio State tenure. So he has an explosive one-step acceleration, which allows him to hit holes quickly and reach top speed in a flash. He is also patient when he needs to be, just allow these blockers to set up before exploding through with high knees. He has long speed to destroy pursuit angles once, he gets into the open field. He has exceptional balance and lateral agility, which enables him to make those sharp cuts without losing his momentum. His size could limit his carry total a bit in the pros, but his elite pass blocking skills and 3-down ability will make him a terrific fit in the modern NFL. He has a strong, reliable hands, which allow him to stay on the field in the NFL. It's going to help him out tremendously. He can also be a big play back, as he's had multiple 50-plus yard touchdowns in his career. I think that he is going to be a steal for an NFL team come this NFL draft. Now we're going at number 9 here. I'm going Luther Burden III, the wide receiver out of Missouri, 6 foot, 206 pounds. He was highly relied on and productive during 3 seasons at Missouri. He created instant separation with an explosive first step. He received a lot of quick hitters in that Missouri offense though, right? He excels on underneath option routes that allow him to combine his feel to create space and his suddenness to generate yards after the catch. He has outstanding body control, giving him the ability to really contort and haul in poorly thrown balls. You know, he has the best with the ball in his hand. Just get the guy the football. He can stop and start in a hurry and possesses the agility to make defenders miss in tight quarters. Burden also possesses a twitchy change of direction ability that leaves defenders grabbing air in space. He is he's terrific in playmaking ability, and he can line up all over the formation to create mismatches. I mean, this is going to be a coach's dream guy right here. I would say that Burden has elite yards after catch ability that combines with excellent vision, the contact balance, and lateral agility, just to turn all these quick hits into chunk plays. That's what you want for fantasy football. He should have no problem adapting to the NFL and becoming a deep ball threat in no time. Now we're going at number 10 here. Last guy here in our A tier. I'm going to Mika Egbuka, the wide receiver at Ohio State, 6'1", 202 pounds. He has a rare combination of that elite long speed and technical route running acumen. So rarely he stresses the defense's leverage, right? So the Ohio State product was primarily a slot receiver. He ran there 73% of the time. He was a short range target in college with an 8.6 ADOT, but he was productive, right? Catching 72% of his targets and posting a strong 2.64 yards per route run. Egbuka is electric after the catch as well, as he combines his track speed with vision and instincts. He's a savvy route running technician, right, who really varies tempo, uses those subtle head and shoulder fakes to manipulate defensive backs' positioning. Egbuka is a strong physical receiver with the ability to play inside or outside. He could do some outside if need be, right? He's quick on his release. You know, he can fight his way through press coverage. I mean, he's more of a one-speed route runner, but he's very comfortable working in traffic. He attacks the ball in the air in the middle of the field, and on vertical routes, he tracks the ball well. He has a knack for utilizing late hands to prevent defenders from playing the pocket and poking the ball away. He has a great feel for working in zones as well and adjusting his route if the play is prolonged. After the catch, he relies more on toughness than pure speed to create those extra yards. Now we're going to the B tier here. Number 11, I'm going Matthew Golden, somebody who's really been rising on my board. He's from Texas, right? 5'11", 191 pounds. He really impressed at the combine with a 4.29 40, and he had a 1.49 10-yard split, which were both the best among wide receivers. He shows advanced understanding of route tempo as you see him changing speeds to set up the breaks and create separation against both man and zone. So, you know, Golden, he plays with tremendous polish, right? Instincts, toughness. That's what you want to see. He spends a lot of time operating out of the slot, but he can defeat press coverage with quickness or strength. His 1.86 yards per route run across 36 collegiate games, that's not very good, right? But he did make a big leap in 2024. Golden is an explosive playmaker after the catch with the vision and acceleration to turn routine catches into chunk plays. He could continue to develop and make a name for himself in the NFL. Now we're going to the next guy here, another tight end at number 12. We're going Colston Loveland, the big tight end out of Michigan, 6'6", 248 pounds. He's a young, productive tight end with big-time statistical upside. He's an exceptional athlete for the position who plays like an oversized wide receiver, kind of like that ex-wide receiver guy. He could do that. He displays fluid movement skills with an acceleration, jumps just off the tape. When active last season, he handled 37% of Michigan's targets and a class-high 40% of the air yards. Loveland is a dangerous seam threat with a great ability to stretch the defense vertically. Right, Loveland, he's very long. He's a lean tight end with outstanding awareness, quickness, and big play ability. He's aligned in line as a wing and in the slot. He shows some really dog in him after the catch with some anger, and I absolutely love that. You know, he can cleanly just get in and out of his breaks. He presents as a big target to the quarterback, and he attacks the ball in the air and is adept to finishing in crowds. After the catch, he has a smooth stride and possesses a nasty stiff arm. I mean, he has some wiggle to make his defenders miss as well, but Loveland is very much likely a future fantasy tight end 1. Now, first shocker, right? We're going number 13. Next guy in this tier, DJ Giddens, the running back out of Kansas State, 6 foot, 212 pounds. He has a solid frame, showed well at the combine with a 4.43 40, 39.5-inch vertical, which was second best among all running backs, and a 130-inch broad, which was also second best in the gun with the running backs. So Giddens has exceptional vision. He has exceptional patience. He allows the holes to develop before exploding through those gaps with burst and acceleration. He shows good contact balance and the ability to break tackles. Lastly, I would say that he is a durable running back, right, who handled a heavy workload without injury concerns. There's just something about his film that gets me excited when watching. He does run a little bit upright, but there has been a lot of success in the NFL with running backs who do, run upright and who've learned how to run the football as they get some more coaching under him. He started as a 0-star recruit, right, when signing with Kansas State, and he's completely just blown people away. He is clearly my sleeper running back of choice in this class. So, next on the board, we're going another running back that I like, Caleb Johnson, the running back out of Iowa, 6'1", 224 pounds, right? You can't really label Johnson as a super fast running back because he only ran like a 4.57 at the 40 at the combine. He didn't show very much quickness. He had a 1.62 in his 10-yard split. But Caleb does, however, have excellent vision and decisiveness, who hits the holes with authority and rarely hesitates. Johnson is a big back with excellent burst and vision. He is at best one of those one-cut runners where he picks the lane, explodes north and south, and gets the first down. So he's viewed as really like a bowling ball runner with the low center of gravity who consistently falls forward for extra yardage. Once he gets into the open field, he can tap into the extra gear and he hits a lot of home runs. He's a valuable in the very passing game as well too. He can do everything, right? He can identify as an anchor down, versus these blitzers. He can identify these guys and attack them first. He has reliable hands, catch the ball very easily out of the backfield. Johnson's he's just very physically gifted running back, right? Who excels with the ball in his hands. As an early down player, he can be successful behind any blocking scheme with good vision, light footwork, and impressive burst and power. He should be able to categorize himself as a workhorse back with the ability to shoulder a heavy workload in the NFL. Now we're going to the next guy here, Quinshon Judkins. That's the other running back out of Ohio State, 6 foot, 221 pounds. Judkins, he's a big, tough runner, right? Who showed well at the combine. He had a running back best 132-inch broad jump and a 4.48 at the 40 at 221 pounds, y'all. I mean, he possesses exceptional burst and acceleration, which allow him to hit the holes with lightning speed and turn small creases into big gains. He's a very decisive and aggressive on the inside runs. He runs low to the ground. He hunts the unblocked defenders with a thirst for violence. Right? He has a vicious stiff arm as well, provided that he doesn't simply just lower his shoulder and run through that defender. He figures to be busy near the goal line in the pros, and he was in college where he scored 16 plus touchdowns in all 3 seasons. He showed good hands out of the backfield and runs with a low center of gravity, which with that good pad level, that just makes him difficult to bring down, right? On perimeter runs, he usually looks to square up and get vertical as soon as possible. He's competent as a screen or a check down option, and he's aware in pass protection. Judkins is a strong north and south runner who generates impressive speed to power for consistent yards after the catch. Overall, Judkins has areas to improve, but he's a natural runner and he's built to carry a full workload as a starter. Now let's move it down here to the C tier, and I'm going to say Trey Harris. Now he has fallen a little bit in my rankings as of late though. He played at Ole Miss, 6'2", 205 pounds. He's a tall, fast perimeter wide receiver. He had an absurd 5.2 yards per route run last season, which was more than a yard higher than any other wide receiver in this class. Harris projects to be a solid wide receiver for an offense that likes to push the ball down the field. His route tree and his separation rates leave something to be desired, but he can keep a defense honest with his field stretching ability. Pretty much a team that just wants to have a wide receiver, run down the seam, run down the outside, just go in a 9 route and take the top off of a defense. That's what Trey Harris can give you. But his limited route tree alone has probably helped lower him on my rankings as of right now. So going on to the next guy here in the C tier, we're going Jaden Higgins, another guy who's actually rising on my board sometime. He could even take over Trey Harris soon enough. but he's from Iowa State, 6'4", 214 pounds. He is one of the biggest wide receivers in this class, like I said, at that 6'4", and he had an 80-inch wingspan, just crazy. He tested well athletically at the combine. His 2.86 career yards per route run ranked third best in this wide receiver class. He handled a big-time target share at Iowa State and was a machine, just covered. He was converting catches into first rounds at a class best rate, 74%. Higgins is a reliable possession receiver who can run a diverse route tree from any alignment thanks to impressive foot quickness. I love myself some Jaden Higgins. Now we're moving on to the next guy here at number 18. Devin Neal, the running back out of Kansas, 5'11", 213 pounds. He isn't listed in your fast running back category by any means. He only ran a 4.58 in the 40 to the combine with a 1.59 10-yard split, but he has decent size and was a solid producer during his 4 seasons at Kansas. Neal thrives in the screen game where he can transition upfield quickly while showing a knack for strong ability to follow his blocks. Neal had 760 carries, which was second most in this class. Neal is extremely dangerous in the open field, posting the second best elusive rating and solid receiving efficiency on 102 targets. Neal's multi-sport background and natural playmaking mentality make him an alluring prospect for any NFL team. He's limited in his long speed, but his fancy footwork and vision really shine through. He can also be a good third down back, bringing receiving and passing blocking reliability. Now we're going over to a fan favorite next guy, Cam Skattebo, the running back out of Arizona State, 5'9", 219 pounds. He's an extremely versatile running back, right, who has an undersized frame, but a strong knowledge of the game and an excellent sense of opposing defenses. Skattebo's 3.1 forced missed tackles rate last season was the best in the class, with his 15% target share and 11.1 yards per target. Athletically, he has a solid lateral mobility and can shift between the tackles. Skattebo plays the game in a manner that is easy to love. With a massive chip on his shoulder, NFL teams will gravitate towards his mentality and his balance, tackle breaking ability, yards after contact consistency, you name it. He started as a 0-star recruit, and then he ended up turning himself into consideration for a Heisman Trophy. He has good size and a 3-down skill set, which supplies him with a solid fantasy outlook. I know everybody pretty much wants this guy on their team. Now we're going to number 20. We're going to Savion Williams, the freakish wide receiver that I really love out of TCU. 6'4", 222 pounds. He's a short-range target, as shown by his 6.4 ADOT, which was the second lowest in this class. He had a 10.2 yards per reception, which was also the lowest last season. So he ran a strong 4.48 40 and the potential to emerge as a multifaceted rusher receiver return asset in the pros. Really think about a bigger Deebo Samuel-esque type player. He ran the ball quite a bit. I think it was over 50 carries. I mean, he did himself a number. And for fantasy football, that could provide some solid numbers. Just think about what Deebo Samuel did in his prime. So depending on where Savion Williams gets drafted, where he ends up, what his capital looks like, Savion Williams could be a steal in your rookie drafts. Now we're going to the next guy in the D tier. Isaiah Bond, the wide receiver out of Texas, 5'11", 180 pounds. He failed to clear 48 catches, 668 yards, or 5 touchdowns in any of his 3 campaigns. In fact, his 11% target share last season was one of the lowest in this wide receiver class. And Bond, he's fallen a lot. He was really high. I had him as a first-round grade at one point in some of my mocks, and he's really just fallen down for me. His efficiency wasn't really particularly inspiring either. He only had a 1.74 yards per route run, nor was his size-speed combo at the combine. Bond's world-class speed will be coveted though, and he needs to continue to grow as a wide receiver, not just a fast player. To remain on the field more than, just for vertical play calls, Bond requires development, but there's a lot of potential here, which puts him up here at number 21 for me. Now we're going to 22. I gotta say Jack Beck. That's the other wide receiver out of TCU. 6'1", 214 pounds. Started at LSU, ends up going over there to TCU, but he's a bigger receiver, right? Who was used sparingly for much of his first 3 seasons. Prior to really just busting out with 62 receptions, 1,034 yards, and 9 touchdowns showing in 2024. He can align all over the formation, and it figures to really do most of his damage in that short to intermediate range. Beck possesses sure hands and has playmaker mentality that NFL teams absolutely love. I'm thinking like a Lad McConkey type of player. That's what I'm kind of thinking here at Jack Beck. I do like him. We'll see where he gets drafted and see if he goes up or down on my board. Coming in at number 23, I'm going Ollie Gordon, right? The running back, the big running back out of Oklahoma State. 6'1", 226 pounds. He's one of the largest running backs in this class, right? He has a class high 80-inch wingspan for his running backs, right? So he's had a rough 2024 and tough circumstances, running 4.63 yards per carry, which was third worst in the class. But it was much better as a rusher and receiver during a productive 2023 campaign. He still has exceptional vision and patience, which allows him to set up blocks and exploit defensive gaps effectively. Gordon displays excellent contact balance, and I see him consistently bounce off initial tackles and gain the extra yardage. I'm overlooking this 2024 production and remembering how dominant he portrayed during his 2023 campaign. You might be able to get him in the last round of your rookie drafts. Maybe people forget about what he did in 2023 and you get yourself a steal. We'll see where he lands in the NFL. Now we're going to second to last person. At number 24, we're going Bashal Tutin. Virginia Tech, 5'9", 206 pounds. He was the darling of the NFL Combine. He struggled, though, with a ton of fumbles. Class high 2.5% rate during his 24 games at Virginia Tech, but his efficiency was elite. He ranked third in both yards after contact and forced missed tackle rate. Tutin is an explosive accelerator who can hit top gear in a hurry. He dominated at the Combine, like I was mentioned earlier, posting a running back best marks in the 40, a 4.32 40. Get him a speed score of 118. I mean, he is very fast, tough, and has a 3-down ability. He shows, I would say, excellent burst through the hole and immediate acceleration when he plants his foot and gets north and south. Tutin is a speedy slasher who can succeed behind a zone blocking scheme, boasting the movement skills to be productive between the tackles. If his vision becomes more confident, he must improve on his pass protection and his ball security to become more reliable rotational player. You got to call a spade a spade. It doesn't matter how good he runs. If he puts the ball on the turf, on the carpet, they're not going to put him in the game. Look for him to make a name for himself in the NFL as a home run hitter. Last guy we're going over today at number 25, I'm going to Harold Fannin Jr., the tight end out of Bowling Green, 6'3", 241 pounds. The 2024 Bowling Green offense ran through Fannin as he handled a massive 39% of his targets and air yards. That allowed him 117 receptions, 1,555 yards, and 10 touchdown receiving line on 155 targets, as well as a 3.83 yards per route run. Fannin is an elite route running technician who manipulates defenders with precise footwork and tempo changes. He absolutely crushed people at Bowling Green, and he brought that really to the Senior Bowl as well against other tougher competition, and he was able to do the same thing to them. So, I mean, he showed decent speed and athleticism at the Combine. So combined with his good hands, Fannin could emerge as a pass-catching threat in the NFL. He's one of my favorite tight end prospects this year. And that's going to do it, y'all, from our top 25 rookies pre-draft right now, tiered out for you guys. So you can see where I have these guys ranked as of right now. That is before draft capital happens. That's before draft positioning happens. The depth charts have to keep changing. We're going to have to see a lot of things. And throughout the offseason, we're going to be updating our rankings and our tier lists as it goes and as we see fit. Guys, make sure you guys are smashing the like button and hit the subscribe button. It helps out the channel tremendously. We're pumping out so many videos each and every week to help you dominate your leagues, whether you're playing Dynasty League, Redraft League, Best Ball Leagues. It doesn't matter. We've got you here covered at the Bayou Bingo Fantasy Network. Again, smash the subscribe button and the like button for me. Leave a comment down below. Is there anybody not in my top 25 that you believe should be in the top 25? I would love to have a conversation and go back and forth, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.